Nerevar, have you heard of this game called Outer Wilds? The members of the Sixth House have been talking amongst themselves about it recently, but whenever I tried to ask them what it is, they all hushed up and told me to go play it myself. So I gave in and acquired a copy from the mongrel dogs of the Empire for my Steam library. I didn't know what to expect when starting, but imagine my absolute disgust when I turned left and saw a freaky, four-eyed purple creature sitting next to a campfire. I mean, it was so horrendous that it made Argonians look like absolute chads. Is this really how the members of the Sixth House honor the tribe unmourned? Tricking me into purchasing this game? They must be laughing as we speak, Nerevar. But at the time, I thought to myself, this is just the beginning, perhaps it gets better from here, and I quickly ran away from the creature. But what do I find? There's an entire village chock full of them. I ran as fast as I could through the whole place, never stopping to talk to a single one. Eventually, I found myself in some sort of wooden chamber at the top of the village and figured that I had just encountered the last of those horrid creatures when I came across the most adorable little fishy. Aha! I thought to myself, this must be what was so enticing about this game. I will call you Ernesto, and I would welcome you to the Sixth House if I could. But what a grand and intoxicating innocence I had, thinking I was done with those purple creatures. For when I climbed higher in the wooden chamber, I came across yet another freak. Having nowhere else to go, I had no choice but to talk to it. Initially, I turned my gaze away from the screen and mashed E on my keyboard to skip through all the dialogue, but I kept ending up repeatedly restarting the dialogue, so I crossed my eyes so that I could see when the text ended without being able to read what this four-eyed hooligan had to say. On my way out of the chamber, I was stopped by a statue that had turned to look at me, and it showed me visions of my mad dash through the village, and shortly after I was ambushed by one of the purple creatures wielding a knife and a stick. But I mashed through its dialogue and escaped. I took a lift up to the highest point of the village to board a spaceship, and soon I was above the moon and star flying through the universe. But when I enabled the autopilot, the ship flew directly into the sun, and my character promptly died by getting fried. Worse still, when I respawned, I was back at the beginning of the game without saving any progress. Can't these mongrel dogs of the Empire properly program auto-saving, Nerevar? But I've played worse games, and I assumed this was just a one-time fluke, so I got back on the ship and took off to another world called Brittle Hollow. I actually started to enjoy the game. There weren't any disgusting creatures, and I was having the time of my life flying around while skipping all the dialogue, but after 20 or so minutes something killed me, and I lost all of my progress again. And if that wasn't bad enough, Nerevar, I looked down and realized that my character had been one of those purple freaks the whole time. Never refunded a game so fast since we last met countless ages ago, Nerevar. All the members of the Sixth House are traitors for regarding such filth so highly. Is something bothering you, Nerevar? Don't tell me you like the game too. Look at the ship log. Read the dialogue. Nerevar, if I wanted to read, I'd grab a copy of Captain's Guide to the Fishy Stick or ABCs for Barbarians. Look, when I invited you to the Heart Chamber to talk about games, I didn't want you to bring dishonor to the tribe unmourned. What do you mean the game saved my progress? Every time I died, I started back at the beginning. The dialogue. Here you go again with the dialogue. I don't want to read. The only game I've ever played where I bothered to read anything was in Wii Sports Resort's Island Flyover. That was a great exploration game. There's been nothing quite like it ever since. What's that, Nerevar? There's a mod that adds that game to Outer Wilds? Well, why didn't you say so? This makes it a 10 out of 10 for me. I'm so glad you're a friend to the Sixth House, Nerevar.